Hey, good morning, Unscatter Me. It is 9:02, so I know it's the moment you've been waiting for, the beginning of the Wednesday series, right? I know you're excited about this, and I know that some of you have gone ahead and downloaded the workbook and you are ready to roll with this video series. If you haven't downloaded the workbook, do not worry about it. Actually, I've recently found out that I've had a glitch in my system. Long story there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on putting the link in the comments until I know the link is working. So in the meantime, you can still listen and learn, and then when the right thing becomes available, we'll get it to you, okay? So the first thing to know is a quick review from last week, and that is how important deciding is when we want to unscatter our life. So if that's something that you want to know more about, just go ahead and scroll below and re-listen to that video. All right, so this week, I promised you that we get out of why it's so important to decide and how that can keep us stuck and get into the meat of it, which is what I'm doing now. So again, if you have your workbook printed out, what I want you to do is I want you to go over to page 4, and I want you to read these other things. I'll real quick, actually before we jump onto page 4, I'll real quick go through and just talk a little bit about one more thing. This is like such an interesting, I think it's interesting, and therefore it must be interesting, right? And cool concept. I want to show you something on page 3. Do you see that? So on page 3, so what that does is you can see that what we want is on the left, right? We want our energy focused in one place. Can you see that? And then what oftentimes happen is the one on the right where the energy is going all over the joint instead of just to one place. And that's why we feel so unscattered. That's why we feel so scattered. Thank you, by the way, whoever was on live, and sorry that you're not on, but I'm sure you'll watch it again. So here we are. So now we're going to go to page 4. Now on page 4, I have all kinds of interesting scribbles on mine right here. But so what you want to do on page 4 is you want to consider, all right, when I think about my life and how scattered I am, or how scattered I am in certain aspects, right? Think about, well, which aspects are more scattered and which aspects are less scattered. Because sometimes when we feel scattered, we think that like everything is wrong. And in fact, it's not. And sometimes what happens is once we do this assessment, we actually realize that, you know what? There are some places where I'm doing pretty good. So for example, right, I've got, well, here are the categories, especially if you don't have it printed. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces, eight categories. The first category that I have at the top is living in office space. Then the second one is fun and recreation. Then personal growth and spirituality, career, health and well-being. I won't read all of them, but you get the picture. So what you want to do is you want to say, okay, how am I doing with regarding like how scattered or unscattered I feel in my living and office space? So if I feel really unscattered, like I feel good, then that's like a 10. And if you're a 10, you'll make a mark right out at the end of the spoke. Like if the whole thing is a wheel, it'll be right at the end, okay? At the very outside of the wheel. And if you're not feeling good at all about it, it's going to be like a 1, and it'll be really, you make a mark really close to the middle of that wheel. And in the middle is 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, like you'll put a mark wherever you are on the sort of imaginary point system. So 0 would be the very center, 10 would be the very edge, and then equidistant 1, 2, 3, however you want to put yourself, okay? So in this example right here, like living in office space is low. So that would mean this is probably like this is probably like 4 or something like that. I hope you can see that. It's like a 4. And so that means there's some work to do there, but it's not awful. It's not like this one. Like, what's this? Can't read it upside down. Oh, that's money. Yeah, lots of times people's money isn't so good. So that particular, anyway, so that's what you do. See, and then you keep going. So then you put the mark here, and then you like color it in. Okay, so then there's this next one, fun and recreation. So in this case, on this one, like that's pretty high. So that might be like an 8. Okay, so you put the mark there and then like you color it in. You can start to see how you go around. And it's really important that you do this assessment, because if you don't assess, then you don't know where you are and you feel more scattered and you don't decide and you beat yourself up. And we don't want that for you. Okay, what we want for you is to be unscattered. So what I'd love is for everybody to go ahead and fill that out and then post it. Why not? Be a little brave. We are just right here in our little community. And as I work to build this month and next month, the community, I need to breathe some more life into it so that everybody's posting and everybody has lots of fun. And more importantly, gets unscattered. Like, that's why you guys are here, I hope. That you'll get more out of this and be able to move ahead in your life. Just imagine when, the leaves start falling, if you're in the Northeast or someplace where the leaves fall, and the chill gets in the air. I know we've had a super hot summer. Just imagine feeling more in control of your life. Just imagine like knowing what you want to do in your business, in your life, in all these different aspects, and having like a step-by-step plan, so you're not just spinning in circles anymore. That's what I want for you, okay? Because by the time we get to like the end of October, which by the way, I'll tell you more about it later, but I have a super duper special treat for you coming up towards the end of October, where we're going to end all these beautiful lessons in an amazing workshop. That'll be super cheap too, by the way. So you're gonna love that. More on that later. But in the meantime, I want for you to get moving on this, because the minute you do this, what'll happen is, I have a secret for you. Stuff will get done. And you won't even actually have to be like, oh my God, I got to do it. No, like just you writing it out, like actually stuff will get done. Think about that, for free. Like, I'm not even charging you anything. And you're like unscattering your life just because you're in this community. Rock on. All right. I'll catch you on the flip side. When the PDF is ready and all systems are go, I will post it below. If you do opt into an old one and you get weird emails, please love me anyway and don't unsubscribe. Just like let me know, okay? Hi, Suzanne. How are you? You can rewatch the video. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.